Hey everyone, welcome to Hanging with Uncle. I'm Gene, and let's get started because today I think we've talked about it before, but it's important now to start, putting things together. Where there are dots that can be connected. There's not just isolated incidents. The plan is out there in full force. Project 2025 is alive and well. And you can tell by the power grabs, and this is nothing but power grabs for political purposes, for to create hate and discomfort on people of America. We've seen that with the cuts to Medicaid that just went through and signed into law, and now we're watching it in Texas, where they are trying to steal 5 congressional seats because the coward in chief told him to do it. And his lapdog, Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, can't wait to abide by it. And, again, it's like it disenfranchises the people. The people get to choose who's in power, not the people in power getting to choose who the people are going to be. And that's what's going on in Texas. So if what it's going to start is a domino effect, all right? Because now Governor Newsom in California has already calling for a special session in California to do the same thing, to counteract the power grab Republicans are trying to do. But it will only go into effect in California if Texas succeeds in getting their gerrymandering plan through to the governor's desk. So let's remember who started it and how it's going to end. So be careful who you pick a fight with sometimes, because red states don't have very many congressional districts. I don't see it very advantageous. So like, say, for example, Wyoming only has 1 congressional district. What are you going to redraw? I think Montana is the same way. So there are more Democratic states with more populations, like Illinois, New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, that could do the same thing. But, that's not the way the game is played, but that's the way Republicans want to play the game. And also, let's look at what's happening in Texas with their tactics to try and pick up those 5 seats, all right? Democrats are fighting back by leaving the state, so they don't have a quorum to pass legislation, but how long can you stay away? So I think it's just a matter of time. It's just like the vulture circling overhead, waiting for the prey to pop out of the hole, because eventually it's got to get food and water. But now in Congress, in the subcommittee on Oversight, where Representative Higgins from Louisiana is the sits on the head of that seat as the chair. Right before they went to legislative break, after that's what Mike Johnson did, who's the speaker, another Republican, who also doesn't support releasing the Epstein files anyway. Let me digress. Mr. Higgins, had to put a vote on the floor, because Representative Lee, who is a Democrat, put a vote on the floor to subpoena the Department of Justice for the records on Epstein and help the people get to the bottom of this issue, because it's not about protecting the defendants, it's about protecting the victims. And it looks like now that's what GOP stands for, Guardians of Pedophiles, because in that subcommittee oversight, they had a voice call of yeas and nays. And of course, after that, Representative Higgins, the chair, said, well, it looks like the nays have it. But as is always procedural, somebody called for a roll count and a call for a vote. And it turns out that the subcommittee voted to subpoena the DOJ by a vote of 8-2. So Clay Higgins lied, showed he has no moral compass, all in favor of protecting a pedophile. And that's what Ghislaine Maxwell is. She's a pedophile. She's been convicted of it. And why are you protecting her and the other people that were perpetrators or predators on these children, these child victims? That's what you want to protect. That's what you're voting to not expose. And you can put whatever spin you want on it. But I like one idea that someone had, nominate a third independent commission of attorneys who are bound to secrecy by law to go through the files, make the necessary redactions, and make the contents known to Congress. So, I mean, there are lots of things that we can do, but ultimately it is the job of Congress on oversight to do this. And, you know, connecting the dots now, we can see what the plan is for power, to maintain power, for the minority to continue to rule the majority, and we the people need to stand up to it. It's right in front of our faces. So that's my opinion. I would love to know what yours are. Leave them in the comment section below. As usual, there are links in the description box to these two issues on what Republicans are doing. It's out in the open. They're not hiding it. So this isn't a partisan hunt. This isn't fake. They're doing it. That's why I watch C-SPAN. I watched the vote, and it's just amazing on what they try and cover up and what they lie to do, all for the name of power. So please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like button and notification bell. And I'll see you guys later. Take care of yourself. Bye.